What's poppin', my kings, queens, and my Billie Jeans? It's your girl. Back to tip some more scales. Ah, I know it's been probably a couple weeks since my last video. I said the same thing on my medicinal one, which, by the way, looks like I'm going to record a Medicinal Mondays video, but I had just finished. So since I'm in the momentum, since I'm in the headspace, and since I've pretty much got my setup here, what the fuck? Why the fuck not, right? There's been a lot. There has been a lot of things going on. A lot of great things. A lot of magical, fantastic things. But there's been a lot of fucking heavy shit too. Because, like, duality, you can't have one without the other. There's always going to be some shit going on. Always. But you've got to kind of focus on the shit that's going right and the shit that you can control, because a lot of the shit that's going on is out of my control. And I'm really, really learning to just let it be and let it go. And if it's out of my control, why the fuck am I stressing out about it? So there's been a lot. But let's move to the good shit, because, like, my gardens they're coming along. I had some trouble with my seeds and stuff this year, and I'm not the only one. A few groups that I'm in have said the same thing. Like, their seedlings and their seeds are just not, they're not popping. But, it is what it is. It's the risk of the gardening. But they're coming along greatly. Some of the new things that I'm trying in the garden are flourishing. Some are not. Trying to grow peanuts this year. One out of the three plants is hanging on. Hanging on. I've got sesame seeds out there, which I'm excited for. Bergamot, borage, and something else. A couple different squashes. I'm not a big squash person, but I've never grown a winter squash. So I've got a couple of those, winter squash, some different types of basil, different peppers. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, I got that going on. The yard's coming around. Everything's growing in so fast, though. Like, my grapevine, which is like afro on the top and dreadlock in the back, is just out of control. That's got to get trimmed. Them raspberries I cut back, they're like blowing up everywhere. I have to cut them and cut paths and do all that stuff. It's a whole weekend project. And finish my flower bed. Still trying to finish that. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff going on. So I do apologize that the videos have been spacing out, but it's what happens in the summertime. We've also got camping trips for ourselves and the kids coming up. We've got festivals coming. There's a festival next weekend. First one of the season, and I can't wait. I have been waiting to be in the forest since last year. All right. That's basically a brief update of what's going on in my life. For all the great and goodness, anyway. There's still a lot of heavy shit because, you can't have the good without the bad. There's always going to be something in the background or in your face, whether you can control it or not. There's always going to fucking be something there. And we just really got to either look past it, choose to deal with it alongside of it, choose to let it go and continue forward, or we choose to let whatever it is stop us. So a good example that I have right off the top of my head is a girlfriend of mine was planning a trip. She was planning a trip to Toronto. and she was very excited to go. But then there all of a sudden became like, this happened, then this happened, then this got in the way, then that got in the way. And then at the end of it, she was like, I don't know if I can go because I've got whatever going on. And I said to her, I said, girl, there will always be something. Are you going to let the always being something stop you? Because if you do, you'll never do anything, because there will always be something. And she took the trip. And she said to me, Ray, you were right. I'm so glad I went. Even though all of this was going on, it didn't stop me like it has been stopping me. Right? Another example, like when we were getting ready to go to BC, we had a lot of family drama happening leading up to that. And I really didn't know if I could go. Honest to Goddess, I really didn't know if I was able to go, and not physically but mentally, knowing that all of this is going on back home. But I made a choice because this is out of my control, and it is what it is. This shit will always be there. And right now, where I have the festival I want to go to next weekend, of course, there's a bunch of shit happening right now. But I think that's like the universe's way of being like, how bad do you want this? You know, it's like the universe's way of saying, I know you want this and this is in your way, but are you going to let it stop you? Kind of like your thoughts and shit, right? So Cardinal. There will always be something in the way. It's just really up to you if you're going to do something or not. That was a side quest. All of that was a side quest. It wasn't even like the main quest of this video. The main quest of the video actually is about what my soul really wants to talk about. Again, is leaving people behind. And I know I've talked about this already, that sometimes when you grow, you've got to leave people behind. You've got to remove yourself from situations. You've got to remove yourself from people, especially if you want better for yourself. But today's video is kind of like an extension on that one. Because sometimes those people that you need to leave behind and you need to cut yourself from are your own family. They're your own family. And that is probably one of the hardest ones. That is probably one of the hardest ones, because with that comes a lot of guilt and a lot of shame and a lot of loneliness and a lot of really negative emotions. Comes with a lot of questions, comes with a lot of assumptions, and it comes with a lot of, what's the word? Backlash from folks who just don't get it. And if you're in this situation, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, well, you can't do that forever. They're your mother, after all. Oh, you shouldn't be so hard. He's your father, after all. Oh, come on. He's always been like that. Leave Uncle so-and-so alone. Oh, Aunt Betty's just always been a negative Nancy, and that's just the way she is. Oh, cousin Billy is just really into his religion and just wants to share it with everybody. And so on and so forth. Because I know I get that a lot. You should just reach out. They're your parents. They're not going to be here forever. After everything they've done for you. So I think this tipping the scales episode is going to be for anybody in my shoes or on the same train ride in different seats. That it's okay. It's okay to cut the family that you need to cut, whether it be for the toxicity, the narcissism, the addiction, or anything, abuse, anything like that. It is okay, because at the end of the day, you should have treated me better. They should have treated you better. Sorry now, aren't you? And I know I sound really like hateful, but I'm not. Because I have forgiven. I haven't forgotten, but I have forgiven for myself. I've forgiven because, you did the best you could with what you knew, were taught, blah, 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 blah. You did the best you could. I get that, and I understand that. But it's what you're doing right now as well. It is what you're doing right now as well. It's okay to have love with conditions. I fucking hate when people say unconditional love. There is no fucking such thing as unconditional love. None. Except with your own children. Because I will love my children regardless. Regardless. And that is the only unconditional love. And my love's got conditions. You want to know what them conditions are? Y'all should take notes, because some of you are going to need these conditions too. My love, the conditions are respect. My conditions are a healthy relationship. My conditions are sobriety. That is the number one condition for entering my life and having my love. Respect, healthy boundary, healthy relationship, sobriety. And I think those might be like the top 3 conditions, aside from honesty, integrity, those things. But those ones are my top 3. Number 1 being sobriety. My folks, I haven't spoken to my folks in a very long time. My dad especially. They're alcoholics in some of the worst and extreme ways. So for me, one of my conditions to be a part of my life and have my love is sobriety. I can forgive past shit. I can forgive that. When it comes to the shit that's going on presently, though, I can't. I can't. Because I have suffered with addiction. I had a drug of choice. I've been clean for 5 years now. I understand how hard it is. I understand addiction. But I also understand you've got to choose your hard and choose your why. And my why was for my children and my life. My folks, on the other hand, are so caught in their ways and feelings of helplessness and hopelessness that it's the only thing they know, and it's the only thing to do, and it's too hard to get sober. I have a really hard time with that. I have a really hard time with that because I know what I did to get sober, and I know that my why was so important that it was non-negotiable. Sobriety for me was non-negotiable. It was either get sober or die. This one has been heavy on my soul for a while. Sometimes those people that you need to let go of in order to flourish, to survive, to thrive, are the people that fucking gave life to you. Sometimes they're the people that raised you, took care of you. And then you've got that guilt and shame of they've done so much for me. But there comes a point where you've just got to take responsibility of your life and say, yeah, thank you for doing everything that you've done for me. But now I need to do things for me. And unfortunately, your actions and behaviors and the way you make me feel are not okay. And that does not justify why I should still have contact with you, still be involved with you, or still speak to you. Just because you gave me something doesn't mean I owe you something. Whew. Well, I like that one. Let me say it again. Just because you gave me something doesn't mean I owe you anything. Mm. Say it. Go ahead and say it. And I'm not trying to sit here and be all fucking high and mighty about it. No, it fucking sucks and it hurts, man. It fucking sucks and it hurts. Some of y'all don't realize how lucky and how blessed you really are that you can pick up the phone. Hey, Mom. Yeah, I'm short on my power bill. You think I could borrow a couple bucks? Or, hey, Dad. Yeah. Um, I need some gas for the week. I had to spend my money on groceries, so I need some gas. You think you can lend me a couple bucks? No. I have to do it myself. And I know many of you out there are in the same, on the same train ride, different seats, on the same seats, whatever. I know there are some of y'all out there that are going through this. And the folks that can do that don't realize how lucky they are. Because if I don't have money for the power bill or food in my fridge, guess who I get to call? Myself. And I could very easily pick the phone up and be like, hey, what are you guys up to? But I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to betray myself. I'm not going to subject my children to their ridiculous nonsense anymore. They deserve better than that. And it's not even about me. My kids deserve better than that. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. And unless you're in these shoes, you really don't know the sacrifices and the heartache and the shame and the guilt that comes with making the choice to do the best thing for you and your kids or your family or whatever. Breaking cycles is hard because those folks that have them things to say, they're other members of your family. There are the other members of your family that don't want you to rock the boat, that don't want you to expose the things, that don't want you to say something. It is the other folks, or they'll turn their back on you. Because family secrets are family secrets, right? Fuck, I sound bitter. I sound I sound bitter. But this is what I have to do in order to not cry, right? I got to shut that emotion off so I can actually get through what I'm trying to say. That was heavy. Whew. That was a little heavy. It's hard. And I see you. But there's a reason, right? There is a reason. This isn't just some childish nonsense of like, I didn't get fucking ice cream after supper when I was a kid. This isn't childish nonsense like that. This is years of mental abuse. This is years of manipulation. This is years of narcissism, of addiction, of all kinds of things. This is years of parenting the parent. This wasn't a decision made overnight. Your decision wasn't a decision that was made overnight either. Sometimes the folks that are holding you back are your own family members. And that's heavy. But like Cat Williams said, you should have treated me better. If you wanted me to say nice things about you, you should have treated me better. So, not everybody that holds you back is a stranger or a friend or a lover or anything like that. Sometimes it's your mother, your father, cousin, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, whatever, foster parent, guardian, whatever it is. It's the person who was supposed to be there and take care of you and love you. Stay strong in your decision. Stay strong in your decision to do what is best for you. Growth requires change, and it requires the uncomfortable, and it requires leaving people behind. Even if those people were supposed to always be there, right? This is a heavy one for my soul, but I feel better talking about it. And I hope somebody out there knows that they're not alone in their decision to do the best thing for them. Even if it's up and moving cities, towns, provinces, countries, do it. Do whatever it is that you need to do to live the best life that you can live. The reality, because I just thought of this, you know how I had said, where there are four, there will be five? If you don't do the snipping and do the cutting, you will continue that cycle. The cycle will continue. The abuse will continue. I wrote a poem once. It was called The Apple That Rolled Away from the Tree. um, and it was really, I had a conversation with my uncle, and we were talking about something else. And I had said, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? And then he looked at me and he goes, no, but sometimes they roll away. And that's something that has stuck with me because I'm the apple that rolled away. I'm not the apple that fell not far from the tree. I'm the one that fell and rolled away. Started my own apple tree. So, yeah, keep shining. Keep tipping the scales because this one's a scale tipper for sure. This one's going to flip shit upside down, especially if you're on the fence. If you're on the fence of making a real tough decision like that, really sit down with yourself and really weigh the pros and cons. Have counsel with your ancestors, your guides, whatever it is, your God, and look real deep inside you and ask yourself some questions. Ask yourself if, you know, did you fall not far from the tree or did you roll away from the tree? Are you trying to roll away from the tree? What are the actual positives of having this person in your life? Take the emotion right out of it if you have to. Take the emotion right out of it and look at the actions alone. Because if you wouldn't tolerate them actions from a stranger or from somebody who's supposed to be your friend, why are you tolerating them just because they're a blood relation or they raised you? That doesn't make any sense. You don't get a pass because you're family. You get treated like everybody else. So act accordingly. All right. My soul does feel lighter. Thank you for listening. All right. I've got a pool filter to clean, so I'll see you on the next one.